Hello and welcome back to another video. I was going to post another one like 2 days ago, but then I decided, you know what? Nah. I decided to make one today because I didn't want to forget about it. So, this is going to be another, yes, I just woke up. So, Anyway, this might be like a 2-part video, maybe. I don't know. We're going to do like what happened and, yeah, that's stuffed up. Anyway, nothing really happened over here, but stuff happened down here when... Well, actually, stuff happened everywhere. There was a battle of the CZ-23 between these 6 ships with a lost one. And between this fleet, there were actually, you see there, we lost a ship, we lost a plane. We didn't lose any ships, so I was hoping we did it. And we lost the plane, and I decided, you know what, it's my time to go. They lost the plane as well, I think, so. It was like 9 o'clock sometime. We didn't have much time to actually, like, drag out the whole thing, but. If we get more time, a few more days, I guess we will play. Anyway, yeah. The fleet right here, certainly did much. But there was an Aussie offensive right in this area. And I decided, you know what? We're going to have our Aussie offensive. I didn't figure that offensive was going to last very long. It's probably not, because look at that. Anyway, since China's coming with their front, I decided, you know what? Let's not do anything this round because we probably don't need to. This front's probably not going to last too long. Well, nothing really happened over here before we go over here, just to say it because we're right there, you know. Indians didn't really do anything, but an Aussie fleet over here might actually could do something, but they decided, you know what? Let's build another cruiser, and then let's build another man, so. Japanese Empire is really not doing too good at the moment. Anyway, down here in Ethiopia, the dwindling force didn't really do too good, so I decided if they ever could do something, they're going to deal with 2 fighters here, and then Germany's got to deal with 2 fighters in there. If you saw some Easter eggs. Still heading to the Italian capital. Another capital, we're going to say that's Venice, Italy. It's a good little coastal town, but, you know, it's a coastal town. You can take it. Anyway, still heading to the French capital. Denmark was retaken. As if that couldn't be any easier for the Germans. It could. Now, over here we have 2 Soviet battleships. And I was going to put them in, if you must know, CZ-100, but I decided, you know what, but then, because my dad said, aren't you landlocked? I decided to put them in the West Indies, or CZ-89, and then I just put them there. Not really much happened else. Not really much else happened, except, You notice this strategic bomber right there? Well, it destroyed, and if you notice a lot of, well, so-called British ships, yeah, it was pretty bad. This little strategic bomber, well, not these two, but you know, and well, it destroyed that whole British fleet. Because my dad said if you get a 1 for roll 1, however many ones you get, you destroy a boat. Because it's strategic bomber. And apparently that actually worked. Because we say that, because I think it's in the rule book. Tell me, you other Axis and Allies YouTubers, if that's actually a rule on Axis and Allies. Because I don't have an Axis and Allies YouTuber with me right now. Warpig. Thank you for subscribing to me. But I don't think we will have a question. This is... I asked a question for today. We'll get to that later. I don't have it, but I'm just saying. I mean, you never know if you have it or not. And anyway, that strategic bomber actually destroyed the whole British fleet in Season 95 there. And it's just kind of empty the last time you saw it. I think Germany actually had a battleship. Yes, they did. They had their second battleship already in the game, and they built it. And then we just, well, that strategic bomber and that plane there actually destroyed it. Which I suggest is kind of good because they just keep refueling in Season 91, and we can go anywhere between Season 92 and Season 100. And apparently I think that's a good idea, so don't judge me for that. I'm not really saying you should. I'm just saying. If that fleet right there ever comes out to like Season 96 or Season 94, or out of the little Adriatic Sea or whatever it's called, then it'd be a good idea to destroy them when we have the chance. Because if you did notice this French fleet growing, that's see if I can do this. That's 1 aircraft carrier, 1 battleship, 2 planes on that carrier, 2 destroyers in that stack, like 4 destroyers, 2 cruisers, and 2 transports. That's probably all we need. And now when we take back our capital, we're probably gonna take that fleet somewhere else. We need to. So we're probably gonna, if we could build another carrier, we could have 2 carrier fleets, and then that one could stay in the Med or Atlantic, and then the other one could go to the Pacific. And so they can help them out with whatever's happening down there. But they can't build anything, so. But just to say that they can actually do a little damage because they have a fleet now. And then again, I don't know why, but USA seems to have a lot of strategic bombers, if you noticed. Oh, and yes, America decided to build 8 men. If you don't know what those 8 men, I'm sorry. If you do, that's good. 8 men in French Indochina, so we can do something with our French friends and, of course, the Aussies. And I think 8 men down here in Australia, so they can help them out. And well, there'll be a brand new fleet coming down in Season 62, and we can take our friends down there, and it'll be pretty cool for what we do. We're gonna have we're actually gonna save up our IPCs. That's what we're planning on, saving our IPCs as the Australia player or Anzac player. So you know what? We're gonna save our IPCs so we can build more than usual. Now, as a German player, you're kind of in a stalemate right now. I'll be right back. I gotta check something. Yeah, I got it right. Before I go ahead, it's like cold outside right now. It's like 48 degrees. It'll warm up, but not too much. It'll be like, just gotta pick a number, like in the 60s. It's like 48 degrees outside, so late 40s. Upper 40s, and it's pretty much like winter, like the first of winter time and the last of winter time when it's starting to warm up. But I hope this is probably the only time we get to see it, because it'll be like a cold rest of the week. Today's Good Friday, if you didn't realize that. So it's not really a Good Friday because all this stuff is going on. So before I go along, I just really want to play another round. And I wish I could play another round with y'all, but I really can't, I guess. Because y'all don't live with me. And that's true. Because I probably don't want y'all living with me. I don't want to smell you. I don't want to touch you because this is all going on. We didn't notice that the only place in the world where no one's at is Brazil. Probably because I just don't want one of their stuff there, you know? But hey, shouldn't there be more islands in the West Indies? I mean, I'm not judging them. I'm just saying. The guy that gave us a great setup for the Cold War stuff, that's probably the best thing I've ever seen. I wouldn't say it's the best thing, but it's probably the best version of a game I've ever seen. I mean, if you wouldn't agree with me, the only thing, Taiwan, I believe it's Formosa. Yeah, Formosa. Here is a whole U.S. setup. It's a lot. Now, it has some stuff that I don't even have now. So it starts out in the eastern U.S. over there. Looks pretty much like done for. Let's go ahead and start this setup. We got Eastern U.S., 4 tanks, 4 AAA. Look at that thing. It finally got in. 6 infantry, 2 heavy tanks. Now, if you played, I think if you played the 1941 thing, they had like heavy tanks, and they wanted us to use that. So I decided, you know what? Since we don't have heavy tanks, I wanted to have a tank in here. Good idea. I wanted to put a marker here, and then put on that for like a heavy tank. But my dad wouldn't say it, so we just wanted to do it like that. I'm not zoomed in at all. Just 1 strategic bomber, 4 fighters, 1 mechanized infantry, an additional major air base, and a port. They call it port because I guess it's like a naval base. So we don't do like that stuff. Man, it's really bad. I wish it wasn't that bad. So like right here's good, but again, it's not. Let's let it focus in. It's gonna get really bad. Oh, there we go. Man, that's good actually. Central U.S., one tank, one AAA, two infantry, one heavy tank, another heavy tank. We're not going to do that. Two tactical bombers, minor industrial complex, and an air base. Minor. Okay. In Greater Southern Germany, if you're wondering why they say Greater Southern Germany, because this is the Cold War version, and they would have one tank, one AAA, 6 infantry, one heavy tank. We don't do that, remember. 4 fighters, 1 mechanized infantry. And they some reason they like to do 4 fighters because they had in Japan, and of course in there. And they also, because I guess Transjordan's their main center for attacking, because the African Corps, played as Germany, right in that area, except for Transjordan. And right now, it's in that. Well, it will be America would be in a bad spot because they're at war with each other and they're right next to each other. So pretty bad. So let's get on with it. I would like to think that whoever made this is the best person I've ever met. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but he was a pretty good guy. Pretty good guy that made it, and I'm going to give it up to him. I'm not much for England at all. They lost their empire, I guess. And they got Holland, Belgium, at least. They got Greece, they got Turkey, they got Saudi Arabia, they got Union of South America, Union of South Africa. But they lost all the rest of that. They only have Union of South Africa. I guess they're loyal to them. But they still have India, so basically that's all they have. And in their strategic part of the world, I guess. I mean, technically, all the world is strategic. I mean, there's no doubt about that. And anyway, I don't want to get carried on. Just remember that Japan's on their peak of expanding, and they're starting to get down a little bit. Italy is now just lost the capital. Sicily first. And then Southern Italy, which was the capital. And Germany is really not at its peak yet. It's probably not going to ever be at its peak. You always got to be at peak. Germany is still expanding. Russia is still at siege from Germany. We're going to do like everybody in a term of war. Japan is at their peak, and they're starting to get down by the rest of the allies. And here, who's next? Oh yeah, America on both sides, of course, both sides. Come down, there's little action in Europe, but a lot of action in the Pacific. At least 2 carrier fleets, one has more boats, one has less. Still doing good. China, since America did a lot of lend-leasing, they now have the power to take on their arch rival, Japan. But they aren't doing too much. But they are doing somewhat. Because they were in Kangzhou, and now they're over here. Britain is doing good, not too good. They lost Denmark, but they lost their entire fleet. Maybe not doing too good, but they still have a lot of stuff. They don't have a carrier, but they would have lost. They do have a lot of stuff. Italy not doing too good. They still. Well, that don't go up there. That goes up here. It goes down here. But they still have the Ethiopian town, Somaliland, which is good for them, I guess. Anzac is doing somewhat good. I wouldn't say they're doing a lot, but they did take Guangxi, so I guess they are doing somewhat good. And then France. Well, France lost the capital, but they still have a big fleet, so I guess you could say that they're doing A-okay. And that's all for today. And I'll see you next time.